Introduction. Discovering the path to inner balance and potential. In each of us lies a dormant potential, a vast, unseen power that often goes untouched, waiting to be awakened. This potential is neither an accident nor a mystery. It is the essence of who we are, hidden beneath layers of conditioned thought and reactive emotion. For most, life is spent searching outwardly, looking for answers, direction, and fulfillment in the external world. Yet the greatest truths, the most profound strengths, lie within, accessible through the harmonization of mind and body, thought and feeling. To truly unlock this potential requires more than desire. It demands an understanding of inner balance. Balance is not merely a state of calm or neutrality. It is the foundation upon which all genuine strength and growth are built. Imagine a tree rooted firmly in the earth. Its branches can stretch wide and high only because of the grounded stability below. So too must we establish our roots within, in balance, so that the branches of our potential can reach their fullest height and breadth. This book is a guide to cultivating that inner foundation, drawing upon the timeless wisdom of those who have walked this path of self-mastery before us. In these chapters, we will explore the mind as the architect of reality, delve into the hidden realms of the subconscious, and reveal the profound impact of emotional harmony. We will journey into the importance of inner stillness, intentional thought, and the practice of resilience. Through these teachings, you will learn that the power you seek lies not in changing your outer circumstances, but in transforming your inner landscape. Each step brings you closer to the alignment of mind and body, a state that allows you to navigate life with strength, clarity, and purpose. The teachings within these pages are intended not as abstract ideas but as tools for deep personal growth. As you read, allow yourself to contemplate the ideas presented, to turn them over in your mind and reflect on their place in your life. This book is not a destination. It is a map to a deeper journey, one that you will shape through your own insights and experiences. Let each chapter act as a doorway, inviting you to step further into the quiet, expansive space within where your true potential resides. As we embark on this exploration together, I invite you to set an intention, a quiet resolve to listen not just with the mind, but with the heart. Reflect on the places in your life where you feel limited, stuck, or disconnected. Consider what it would mean to release those barriers and live from a place of wholeness and inner alignment. With each page, take a step closer to that vision, knowing that the path to unlocking your full potential lies not in the acquisition of something new, but in the recognition and integration of the strengths you already possess. Before we dive into this transformative audiobook, hit like and subscribe if you're ready to learn something truly powerful. Your support helps bring more audiobooks like this to the channel. Thanks for being with us. Chapter 1. The Mind as the Architect of Reality. Consider, for a moment, the nature of thought. It appears as a silent voice within, an unseen force that continuously shapes and colors our experience of the world. Thoughts are intangible, yet their influence on our lives is undeniable. Like a river carving a canyon over time, thoughts can create enduring impressions on the landscape of our minds. They are the architects of reality, determining not only how we perceive the world but how we interact with it, respond to it, and ultimately shape it. Every experience is filtered through the mind, interpreted and imbued with meaning according to the lens through which we view it. This lens, however, is rarely clear. It is often colored by our beliefs, memories, and subconscious patterns. If one believes, for example, that the world is filled with limitations, they will interpret events as confirming this belief, reinforcing a mindset of scarcity. Conversely, if one holds the belief that possibility is abundant, they are more likely to see doors where others see walls. In this way, the mind becomes both the painter and the canvas, simultaneously creating and perceiving the world. Yet, The true power of thought lies not only in shaping perception but in its ability to influence reality itself. Thoughts are seeds. When nourished by intention and belief, they take root, grow, and bear fruit in the physical world. This is not merely a metaphor but a principle woven into the fabric of existence. Have you ever noticed how a particular thought or belief, held with unwavering focus, begins to reflect in your surroundings? This is the mind's creative power at work. By aligning thought with intention, you align yourself with a force that transcends the confines of the material world, guiding reality to mold itself around your vision. But with this power comes a profound responsibility. The mind is fertile ground, and it does not discriminate between seeds of hope and seeds of doubt. Whatever is planted will grow, whether it be self-empowerment or self-limitation. Many of us, unknowingly, become prisoners of our thoughts, allowing unexamined beliefs to dictate the course of our lives. To break free from this invisible prison, one must become aware of the habitual patterns that dominate the mind, the beliefs that linger beneath conscious awareness yet hold tremendous sway over our actions and decisions. So, let us begin with a simple but transformative practice: observe your thoughts. Do not judge or suppress them, but simply watch as they arise, like clouds drifting through the sky. In this observation, a subtle distance forms between you and the mind's habitual movements. You begin to see thoughts for what they are: transient, insubstantial, yet immensely powerful when left unchecked. Notice the thoughts that empower you and those that limit you. Ask yourself, what beliefs lie beneath these thoughts? Are they your own, or have they been shaped by external influences? This practice of observation is the first step in reclaiming your mind as a tool for creation rather than a source of restriction. In time, as you cultivate this awareness, you will find that the mind's chatter quiets and a deeper clarity emerges. In this state, you become the conscious architect of your reality, choosing thoughts that align with your highest intentions and releasing those that no longer serve you. The mind is a boundless tool for transformation, capable of shaping both the inner and outer landscapes of your life. By understanding and guiding its power, you awaken to the possibility of a life crafted not by default, but by design. Chapter 2: The Hidden Influence of the Subconscious Mind. Beneath the surface of our daily awareness lies a vast, hidden landscape, the subconscious mind. Often compared to an iceberg, with only a fraction visible above water, the subconscious holds within it a depth and breadth of influence that we seldom recognize. While the conscious mind attends to our immediate thoughts and choices, the subconscious quietly shapes our beliefs, motivations, and actions from the background. It is the wellspring from which our habits, memories, and emotional responses arise, a powerful but often misunderstood force guiding our lives from within. The subconscious is like fertile soil, storing the seeds of past experiences, thoughts, and beliefs that have taken root over time. Unlike the conscious mind, which is rational and deliberate, the subconscious absorbs impressions without discrimination, much like a sponge. From a young age, it begins collecting information, forming associations, and storing patterns that become the foundation of our worldview. Many of these patterns, imprinted before we fully understood their meaning, continue to influence us in ways we may not even be aware of. A fleeting comment or an offhand remark made years ago may have embedded itself in the subconscious, shaping a belief that subtly impacts our self-perception and decisions to this day. While the subconscious can be a source of great wisdom and intuition, it can also act as a repository of limiting beliefs and fears that obstruct personal growth. Imagine, for instance, the individual who struggles with a fear of failure. Consciously, they may aspire to succeed and feel motivated to take risks, yet something within them hesitates, causing them to doubt their abilities or avoid challenges. This hesitation is often rooted in subconscious beliefs, perhaps formed by past experiences of rejection or criticism, that now operate as unseen barriers. When we don't understand these deeper layers of influence, we may find ourselves repeating unwanted patterns, feeling inexplicably held back, or even self-sabotaging our best efforts. Yet, while the subconscious holds sway over our lives, it is not beyond our reach. With awareness and intention, we can begin to explore this hidden terrain, uncovering the beliefs and memories that shape our actions and emotions. One way to access the subconscious is through self-reflection, observing our reactions, examining our habitual thoughts, and tracing these patterns to their origins. For example, if you find yourself hesitating in a situation where you wish to be confident, pause and inquire, what belief or memory might be influencing this reaction? What inner voice is holding you back, and where did it come from? Such questions, asked with curiosity and patience, can yield profound insights into the inner workings of the subconscious mind. Another powerful tool for accessing the subconscious is visualization. The subconscious communicates through images, symbols, and emotions, which often bypass the logic of the conscious mind. In a relaxed, meditative state, imagine a scenario where you feel blocked or limited. Allow yourself to fully experience any emotions that arise and observe the images or memories that come to mind. You may find yourself recalling a specific event from the past, or an image that symbolizes the belief underlying your current struggle. This practice, when done regularly, can help bring subconscious influences to light, allowing you to confront and release them with greater awareness. Reprogramming the subconscious is both an art and a practice. Just as the subconscious absorbed its original patterns over time, it can be reshaped through new, intentional beliefs and experiences. Affirmations, for instance, are not merely positive statements but carefully chosen thoughts that, when repeated consistently, begin to rewrite the subconscious narrative. However, for affirmations to take root, they must resonate with you on an emotional level. Rather than simply stating, "I am confident," take a moment to feel what confidence would look and feel like in your life. Envision yourself acting with confidence, engaging fully with the emotion. The subconscious responds more readily to emotions and imagery than to intellectual ideas, so when you bring feeling into the affirmation, it begins to penetrate more deeply. Dreams are yet another doorway into the subconscious. Often, our minds process unresolved thoughts and emotions during sleep, weaving them into symbolic narratives that can reveal hidden truths. By keeping a dream journal and reflecting on recurring themes or symbols, you may discover insights into subconscious patterns that influence your waking life. For example, a dream of being chased might reflect an inner fear you've been avoiding, while a dream of flying could represent a longing for freedom or self-expression. Dreams, though elusive, provide glimpses into the inner world, offering a canvas on which the subconscious paints its unspoken messages. As you delve deeper into this exploration, you may find that the subconscious is not an adversary to be conquered but a realm to be understood and integrated. When you approach it with curiosity and compassion, the subconscious mind reveals not only your limitations but also your strengths, your desires, and the deep wisdom that lies within. It is a source of creativity, intuition, and insight that, once accessed, can enhance every aspect of your life. By cultivating a relationship with your subconscious, you begin to align your conscious intentions with the deeper currents of your inner world, creating a harmony that empowers you to move through life with greater clarity and purpose. Ultimately, the subconscious mind is a profound partner in the journey of self-discovery. It holds the keys to many of our deepest desires and fears, waiting patiently for us to seek them out. By engaging with it consciously, we can transform it from a repository of limiting beliefs into a wellspring of strength and understanding. Each time we bring awareness to its contents, we illuminate the pathways that lead from self-doubt to self-realization, from fear to freedom. The journey is ongoing, but each insight gained is a step closer to true self-mastery, empowering us to live in alignment with our highest potential. Chapter 3. Inner Harmony. Balancing Mind and Emotion. The mind and emotions are intimately woven together, each influencing and reflecting the state of the other. When one is calm, centered, and clear, the other follows in harmony, and life flows with a sense of ease and balance. Yet, so often, our minds and emotions seem at odds. Thoughts may race with doubt or worry while emotions swirl in states of confusion, frustration, or overwhelm. This discord between mind and emotion can cloud our judgment, obscure our inner wisdom, and drain our vitality, leaving us feeling disconnected from our deeper selves. Achieving inner harmony means cultivating a balance where the mind and emotions work together rather than pulling in opposing directions. Imagine a body of water, still and clear. In this state of clarity, the surface reflects everything around it without distortion, and one can see deeply into its depths. But introduce a disturbance, such as a stone tossed into the water, and ripples break the surface, creating waves that obscure both the reflections and the deeper view below. So it is with our minds and emotions. When turbulent emotions collide with scattered thoughts, clarity is lost, and it becomes challenging to perceive truth, make decisions, or respond with wisdom. One of the first steps toward inner harmony is cultivating awareness. By observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment, we begin to see how they interplay, how one may trigger or reinforce the other. For instance, a moment of fear may lead to anxious thoughts, which in turn deepen the emotional experience of fear, creating a self-perpetuating cycle. When we bring awareness to this process, we start to disentangle ourselves from the automatic responses that drive us. We learn that while we cannot always control the emotions that arise, we can influence how we engage with them through our thoughts, gradually dissolving the patterns that lead to inner conflict. Emotional intelligence is another key to harmonizing mind and emotion. It involves recognizing, understanding, and accepting our emotions without being overwhelmed by them. Instead of pushing away uncomfortable feelings, we approach them with curiosity. What does this emotion have to reveal? Often, emotions are like messengers, bearing insights that our rational mind may overlook. Anger, for instance, may signal that a boundary has been crossed. Sadness may invite us to release something we've outgrown. Fear may highlight an area where we lack trust. By honoring our emotions and the messages they bring, we can process them consciously, allowing them to flow through us without getting entangled. At the same time, the mind plays a vital role in creating the environment for emotional harmony. Just as emotions can influence thoughts, so too can thoughts shape emotional responses. A mind dominated by self-criticism or judgment will inevitably stir feelings of inadequacy, while a mind that chooses understanding and self-compassion fosters a sense of inner peace. Here, we see the importance of mental discipline, of choosing thoughts that support rather than undermine our emotional well-being. This does not mean suppressing uncomfortable truths, but rather holding a balanced perspective, one that is rooted in both realism and self-compassion. With practice, we learn to gently guide our thoughts back to clarity, reinforcing an inner atmosphere that nurtures both mental and emotional health. Meditation and mindfulness are invaluable practices for cultivating this harmony. In the quiet space of meditation, we become aware of the subtle currents of the mind and the ebb and flow of our emotions. We learn to observe them without immediate reaction, which in itself is transformative. Through mindfulness, we can bring this same presence into daily life, noticing when our thoughts begin to stir our emotions and choosing not to react impulsively. Over time, these practices strengthen our inner resilience, enabling us to remain grounded even when external events or inner fluctuations threaten to disturb our balance. As you begin to align mind and emotion, you will notice a shift in how you experience life. Challenges no longer feel insurmountable, and decisions become clearer, unburdened by unnecessary doubt or fear. There is a new sense of ease that flows from within, one that is not dependent on external circumstances but arises from the harmonious relationship you've cultivated with yourself. When the mind and emotions work in concert, we become like the still water, able to reflect life clearly, seeing beyond surface ripples to the deeper truths within. This inner harmony not only empowers us but also invites a greater sense of joy, presence, and fulfillment in all we do. Chapter 4. The Power of Inner Stillness and Mental Focus. In a world that constantly beckons us to rush, respond, and react, the power of stillness may seem like a paradox. Yet, it is within this inner stillness that the mind finds clarity, and the spirit regains strength. Inner stillness is not the absence of thought, but rather a state where thought flows gently, free from the disruptions of scattered attention or emotional turbulence. In cultivating this stillness, we harness the power to focus deeply, allowing us to see life's unfolding with a clear, undistorted mind. Consider stillness as the quiet center of a storm. Surrounding this point, life's countless activities may whirl with intensity, but within this space, there is calm, clarity, and control. Stillness allows us to observe without immediate reaction, making space for insight rather than impulsive decisions. It is in these moments of intentional calm that we can hear the voice of inner wisdom, a voice often obscured by the noise of hurried thoughts and reactive emotions. This inner stillness is both a source of strength and a practice of focus. In this state, we become intentional in how we direct our attention, allowing us to fully engage with each experience rather than moving through life on autopilot. Many people assume that they can master focus by sheer will, but true mental focus is less about force and more about alignment. When we are aligned with the present moment, with clear intent, our focus becomes effortless. Like a river following its natural path, attention flows smoothly, without strain, to the task at hand. Achieving inner stillness begins with the practice of mindful observation. In moments of silence, pay close attention to the subtle sensations of the body, the rhythm of your breath, the quiet hum of life around you. This focus on the present draws attention away from incessant mental chatter and into a place of pure awareness. You may find thoughts arise, as they always do, but the practice here is to let them pass without engagement. Imagine thoughts as clouds drifting across a vast sky. They come and go, but they do not define the expanse of the sky itself. Through this simple act of observing without attachment, the mind naturally begins to quiet, and a deeper focus emerges. This focus is sustained by the power of presence. When we are fully present, we do not fragment our attention between past concerns or future anxieties. Instead, we anchor ourselves in the moment, allowing the mind to direct its energy with precision and strength. When you cultivate this level of presence, mundane tasks become imbued with a sense of purpose and clarity. From this space, mental focus is not about forcing concentration but about choosing to engage fully with each experience. Whether in conversation, work, or a moment of introspection, this focused presence elevates the quality of experience, transforming each moment into an opportunity for insight and understanding. Inner stillness and mental focus also reveal the deeper layers of self-awareness, inviting us to see ourselves beyond the surface level of fleeting thoughts and emotions. In moments of deep stillness, we may find an inner landscape previously hidden by the mind's noise. Here lies a clarity that transcends intellectual understanding, a knowing that feels both timeless and profoundly personal. This awareness acts as a guide, leading us toward choices and actions that resonate with our true nature rather than reactive impulses or conditioned habits. As you bring inner stillness and focus into your life, you may notice a shift in how you experience challenges and relationships. Decisions made from a place of stillness are rooted in clarity rather than emotional reaction, and interactions with others become grounded in presence rather than preconception. In this way, stillness transforms how we engage with the world, allowing us to meet life with a calm and centered mind, unclouded by unnecessary distractions. The power of inner stillness and focus is a journey, one that deepens with practice and patience. But as you integrate this practice into your life, you will discover an unwavering strength within, a source of clarity, resilience, and calm that remains with you, even amidst the turbulence of life. Chapter 5. Understanding and Harnessing Intentional Thought. Intentional thought is the foundation upon which our inner world is shaped and our outer reality is crafted. Unlike fleeting wishes or idle musings, intentional thought has weight and direction. It is a deliberate force that channels our energy toward a purpose. When we begin to grasp the nature of this focused mental energy, we unlock the ability to influence our lives profoundly, setting the stage for transformative growth and conscious creation. Imagine that your mind is a vast, fertile field. Every thought you plant within this field is a seed, capable of taking root and growing into something that impacts your inner landscape and, inevitably, your external life. Intentional thoughts are seeds that have been chosen with care and sown with clarity. They are distinct from the random, unfiltered thoughts that drift through the mind. Intentional thoughts carry a purpose, a sense of direction, and a vision of what they are meant to create. It is these intentional seeds that we water, nourish, and focus on until they blossom into the life we envision. Intentional thought begins with clarity. In the absence of clarity, the mind easily succumbs to distraction, reacting to each moment with scattered energy. When we lack a clear vision, our thoughts are like a flickering light rather than a steady flame. But with clarity, we create a focused beam, directing our mental energy toward a specific purpose. Take a moment to reflect on what clarity means for you. What is it that you seek to create, to embody, or to understand in your life? When you identify this clearly, you give shape to your intentions, transforming them from abstract ideas into a coherent vision. Once clarity is established, the practice of intentional thought requires conscious nurturing. Just as we tend to a garden with patience and consistency, we must tend to our thoughts with mindful repetition and affirmation. This nurturing process is not about repeating thoughts mindlessly. Rather, it is about consciously re-engaging with our vision, reaffirming our intentions each day as we align our actions with our thoughts. Intentional thought is a practice of choosing, moment by moment, to return to what truly matters, even as distractions arise. Through this practice, we create a mental environment that supports growth, resilience, and transformation. Harnessing intentional thought also involves releasing mental clutter, the extraneous beliefs, worries, and habitual reactions that dilute our focus. Just as a beam of light loses its intensity when dispersed, our intentions lose potency when they are clouded by unnecessary thoughts and conflicting beliefs. In recognizing and releasing these distractions, we refine our thoughts, allowing our true intentions to shine brightly. This does not mean we avoid all unwanted thoughts, but rather, that we learn to observe them without attachment, letting them pass like clouds without disturbing the steady focus of our intentions. With sustained focus on intentional thought, we begin to see changes not only in our inner landscape but also in the reality around us. Our external lives become reflections of our inner clarity and directed thought. Each action we take in alignment with our intentions carries greater purpose, and even challenges take on new meaning as part of our journey toward fulfillment. As we master the practice of intentional thought, we become more attuned to the subtle interplay between mind and reality, recognizing that every thought, when rooted in clarity and purpose, has the power to shape our lives. In practicing intentional thought, we cultivate a profound connection to our inner potential. This potential is not something we need to search for outside of ourselves. It is within, waiting to be activated by our focused intent. With each intentional thought, we draw closer to our true nature, unlocking hidden strengths and insights that further empower us on our journey. Over time, this practice becomes a way of life, an ongoing alignment with our highest purpose and deepest values, guiding us toward a life of clarity, fulfillment, and meaning. In each moment, as you choose intentional thought over reactive thinking, you are harnessing the mind's immense power, crafting a life that reflects your inner truth and conscious desires. Chapter 6. The Principle of Transformation, Moving Beyond Limitations. Transformation is an intrinsic aspect of the human experience, yet it is often misunderstood as a change that comes only through external circumstances or sudden moments of revelation. True transformation, however, begins in the mind and heart, where deeply rooted beliefs and perspectives either empower us or confine us within self-imposed boundaries. To embrace the principle of transformation is to recognize that limitations are often illusions, crafted by our thoughts and solidified by our beliefs. Transformation invites us to question these perceived barriers and move beyond them, unlocking a more expansive experience of life. Imagine the mind as a sculpture's block of marble, containing the potential for countless forms within. At first glance, the marble appears solid and unyielding, much like our limiting beliefs about who we are and what we can achieve. Yet, with intention and vision, we begin to carve away the excess stone, revealing the essence of the figure hidden within. In the same way, transformation is not about adding to ourselves, but rather, it is a process of uncovering, of chipping away the false beliefs, doubts, and fears that obscure our true potential. As we transform, we do not become someone else. Rather, we come to embody more fully who we have always been. A crucial step in transformation is recognizing the source of our limitations. Many of our constraints are inherited, patterns absorbed from family, society, or past experiences that have subtly shaped our worldview. We accept these patterns, often unconsciously, and they solidify within us, creating a framework that limits our perception and experience. To transform is to bring these hidden influences to light, to examine the structures of thought that have held us, knowingly or unknowingly, within confined boundaries. By recognizing these influences, we gain the power to choose which beliefs align with our highest self and which ones we are ready to release. Transformation also requires a willingness to embrace uncertainty. Just as a seed must break through the soil, leaving the safety of its shell, we too must release familiar patterns to grow. This act of letting go is often accompanied by discomfort, as the mind resists moving beyond its established confines. Yet, within this discomfort lies the opportunity for expansion. When we allow ourselves to move beyond the known, we create space for new insights, experiences, and perspectives to emerge. Transformation invites us to cultivate courage, to lean into the unknown with faith that the journey will reveal greater understanding and strength. Another essential aspect of transformation is the practice of reframing. By shifting the way we interpret our experiences, we redefine our relationship with them. When faced with a challenge, for example, we might see it as an obstacle, or we might choose to view it as an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. This subtle change in perspective allows us to transform experiences that might have seemed limiting into catalysts for empowerment. In this way, transformation is not solely about changing our circumstances but about altering our relationship to them, finding within each experience the seeds of growth and wisdom. As we continue on the path of transformation, we come to see ourselves not as fixed entities but as dynamic beings, capable of continuous growth and evolution. Each time we release a limiting belief, we expand our awareness, and with it, our capacity to experience life more fully. Transformation becomes a journey of becoming, a process of unfolding into greater authenticity, freedom, and strength. It teaches us that while we may encounter limitations, we are never bound by them. We are always free to redefine, to reshape, and to reimagine what is possible. In every moment, the principle of transformation invites us to move beyond the familiar edges of who we think we are, to discover the depths of who we might become. As we embrace this journey, we realize that the limitations we once perceived are but shadows cast by past beliefs, and that, in truth, our potential is as boundless as our willingness to grow. Chapter 7. Inner Vision. Seeing Potential Beyond the Present Reality. Inner vision is an often overlooked yet profound tool for transformation. It is the ability to see beyond what is immediately visible, to perceive potential that exists beneath the surface of current circumstances. Unlike mere imagination, which is bound to the world of fantasies, inner vision is anchored in a deep, intuitive knowing that transcends the limitations of the present moment. It is the mind's eye focused on possibility, creating a bridge between what is and what could be. Developing this inner vision enables us to navigate life with a sense of purpose, resilience, and boundless possibility. Inner vision begins with the capacity to look beyond limitations, to see challenges not as obstacles but as openings, doors through which we can grow and evolve. It asks us to shift our perspective, to step back from the immediacy of circumstances and explore them through a lens of potential. Consider a tree in winter, barren and leafless, seemingly devoid of life. To an untrained eye, it might appear dormant, even lifeless, yet to one who sees with inner vision, the tree is brimming with the potential of spring. Inner vision invites us to view our lives in much the same way, seeing not just the surface of events but the unseen possibilities that lie within them. To cultivate inner vision, we must practice looking beyond our immediate surroundings and circumstances. This requires setting aside preconceived notions and habitual patterns of thought, which often confine us to narrow perspectives. Inner vision is about accessing a deeper awareness, one that acknowledges the constraints of the present moment while simultaneously seeing the potential for growth and expansion. By looking inward, we begin to see our own abilities, strengths, and talents with fresh eyes, recognizing the untapped potential that lies within us, waiting to be realized. Inner vision is also rooted in the power of intention. When we set an intention, we are not simply wishing for something to happen. We are directing our energy, focus, and will toward a specific outcome. This act of focus aligns our inner vision with our purpose, allowing us to see and seize opportunities that resonate with our goals. Intentions act as beacons that guide us through uncertainty, helping us recognize paths that align with our inner calling, even when they are hidden or unconventional. This alignment between inner vision and intention creates a powerful synergy, propelling us forward with clarity and conviction. Moreover, inner vision requires a willingness to trust in what cannot yet be seen or fully understood. Just as an artist envisions a completed work before the first stroke of the brush, we too must hold a vision of our potential, even if its full manifestation is not yet apparent. This trust is not blind faith. Rather, it is a cultivated confidence that our path will unfold as we walk it. When we embrace inner vision, we commit to seeing beyond the temporary setbacks and obstacles, focusing instead on the horizon of possibility. This commitment shapes our reality, turning visions into lived experiences, dreams into tangible outcomes. Finally, inner vision invites us to align our actions with our highest aspirations. It is not enough to merely hold a vision in our mind. We must also be willing to act upon it, to take the steps necessary to bring it into reality. Each action, no matter how small, becomes a manifestation of our inner vision, drawing us closer to the life we seek to create. This alignment between vision and action infuses our journey with purpose, transforming each step into a meaningful expression of our potential. In nurturing our inner vision, we come to realize that we are the architects of our own experience, capable of transcending the limitations of the present moment and creating a future that reflects our deepest aspirations. Inner vision empowers us to see beyond what is, to imagine what could be, and to act in alignment with that potential. It reminds us that within each of us lies an infinite well of possibility, waiting to be realized through the power of perception, intention, and action. Chapter 8. The Art of Detachment, Freedom from Mental Barriers. Detachment is a powerful practice, often misunderstood as indifference or disengagement. Yet, in its true form, detachment is neither apathetic nor passive. It is an active process of liberating oneself from the mental and emotional entanglements that cloud clarity and restrict freedom. Detachment offers a path to mental clarity and emotional freedom, allowing us to approach life with openness and resilience. When we cultivate detachment, we become free from the limiting grip of our attachments, gaining a fresh perspective and the ability to respond to life with greater wisdom and grace. To understand detachment, one must first recognize the nature of attachment. Attachment is born from the belief that certain people, outcomes, or possessions are necessary for our happiness or security. This reliance on external factors binds our peace to things outside ourselves, creating a dependency that often leads to frustration, anxiety, and disappointment when things do not go as expected. Detachment, on the other hand, is the process of reclaiming our inner freedom, of letting go of the need for external validation or control over outcomes. It is not about renouncing the world or withdrawing from relationships, but about embracing a balanced approach, one that allows us to engage fully without losing ourselves. Detachment cultivates a state of inner equanimity, an ability to remain centered regardless of external circumstances. When we practice detachment, we are no longer at the mercy of fluctuating emotions or fleeting desires. We become observers, watching the rise and fall of experiences without being swept away by them. Consider the waves in an ocean. They surge and recede, powerful and unstoppable. But the ocean remains, vast and steady, unperturbed by the movement of its surface. In detachment, we cultivate the stability of the ocean, learning to observe the waves of life with a calm and grounded presence, trusting that our essence remains whole and complete regardless of the changes that occur around us. A key aspect of detachment lies in the art of non-attachment to outcomes. Often, we invest so much of ourselves into the results we desire that we lose sight of the present moment and the beauty of the journey itself. This attachment to outcomes creates a state of constant striving, a sense of incompletion that robs us of our peace. Detachment teaches us to set intentions and take actions without clinging to specific results, to trust that life will unfold as it should. By releasing the need for specific outcomes, we create space for new possibilities to emerge, for life to surprise us with its wisdom and gifts. We learn to engage fully with our efforts while embracing the uncertainty of outcomes, finding fulfillment in the process rather than in the end result. Practicing detachment also enhances our relationships, freeing them from the weight of expectation and dependency. When we are attached, we often impose our needs, desires, and expectations on others, placing a burden on relationships that can lead to tension and misunderstanding. Detachment, however, allows us to love and connect without seeking to control or possess. It enables us to honor others' autonomy and individuality, appreciating them for who they are rather than for how they fulfill our needs. This freedom fosters deeper, more genuine connections, rooted in mutual respect and understanding rather than in the need to receive something in return. At its core, detachment is about shifting our sense of self from the external to the internal, recognizing that our true essence is independent of circumstances, relationships, and material possessions. It is the art of anchoring our identity within, of finding a stable center that remains unaffected by the ebbs and flows of the external world. In detachment, we realize that we are not defined by our possessions, achievements, or the opinions of others. we are defined by the strength and clarity of our inner being. This realization liberates us from the fear of loss and the need for constant approval, empowering us to live authentically and with a profound sense of peace. In embracing detachment, we do not become disconnected from life. Rather, we engage with it more fully and freely. Detachment allows us to live in harmony with the world while remaining rooted in our inner truth. It grants us the freedom to experience life without being confined by it, to love without clinging, and to pursue our aspirations without being consumed by them. Through detachment, we cultivate a state of inner freedom that is unshakable, a space within ourselves where we are free to simply be, unencumbered by the weight of expectation or the need for control. Detachment, then, is not a withdrawal from life but a deeper engagement with it, one that is free from the limitations of attachment. In letting go, we find the courage to live fully, to embrace the beauty of each moment, and to allow ourselves to grow in ways that are unhindered by fear or dependency. Detachment invites us into a state of liberation, a space where our true potential can emerge, unbounded by the constraints of the external world. Through this practice, we awaken to a life of greater freedom, peace, and fulfillment, anchored in the unchanging essence of our own being. Chapter 9. Cultivating Inner Resilience, the Strength to Overcome Challenges. Resilience is the quiet strength within us, a force that enables us to navigate life's storms without being overcome. It is not merely about endurance or survival, but about thriving in the face of adversity, adapting with grace, and finding wisdom within challenge. Resilience, when cultivated as an inner quality, grants us the flexibility to meet life's ups and downs with calm resolve, allowing us to remain centered and empowered no matter what we encounter. Developing resilience is about building an inner foundation that cannot be shaken, a strength that endures beyond external circumstances. The essence of resilience lies in our ability to shift perspective, to see adversity not as a threat but as an opportunity for growth. Often, when faced with difficulties, we are inclined to focus solely on the discomfort or disruption they cause. But true resilience invites us to look deeper, to recognize that challenges hold hidden gifts, a chance to refine our character, to deepen our wisdom, and to emerge stronger. When we shift our perspective in this way, we transform adversity into a powerful catalyst for inner evolution. Each challenge becomes a teacher, showing us where we still need to grow and inviting us to tap into strengths we may not have known we possess. Resilience also involves the art of letting go, of releasing our attachment to how things should be and embracing life as it is. Much of our suffering comes not from the events themselves but from our resistance to them, from clinging to expectations that are at odds with reality. Resilience teaches us to flow with life, to accept that uncertainty and change are natural parts of the journey. When we release the need to control every outcome, we free ourselves from the mental and emotional tension that drains our strength. In letting go, we find a source of inner power that is far more enduring than any external certainty. We learn to trust in our ability to adapt, knowing that our true stability lies within. At the heart of resilience is a willingness to face discomfort and uncertainty without retreating. In a world that often encourages comfort and ease, resilience calls us to cultivate a different mindset, one that embraces challenges as opportunities to expand our limits. This willingness to face discomfort is not about seeking pain or hardship but about understanding that growth requires stretching beyond our comfort zones. Each time we step forward in the face of uncertainty, we strengthen our resilience, proving to ourselves that we are capable of meeting life's challenges. With each experience, we build a deeper trust in our own ability to navigate whatever comes our way, grounding ourselves in the unshakable knowledge that we are capable of withstanding life's tests. Resilience, however, does not imply isolation or an expectation to face everything alone. True resilience allows us to reach out for support, recognizing that strength is not diminished by seeking help but, rather, enhanced by it. When we cultivate resilience, we understand that asking for support is not a sign of weakness but a recognition of our interconnectedness with others. By allowing ourselves to be supported, we foster a strength that is collaborative, a resilience that honors both our own abilities and the contributions of those who walk beside us. Resilience is the balance between independence and connection, a reminder that while we each have our own inner strength, we are also stronger together. In embracing resilience, we step into a life of greater freedom, unbound by fear of the unknown or the need for constant assurance. Resilience offers a path to self-trust, to the inner knowing that we have within us the resources to meet whatever life presents. It is the strength that carries us forward, the silent courage that moves us through adversity with grace. By cultivating resilience, we learn to see each moment as a part of our growth, a step on the journey toward deeper understanding and fulfillment. We come to know ourselves not only as beings who endure but as beings who transform, who rise, and who thrive through the challenges we encounter. Chapter 10. The Power of Self-Reflection, Gaining Insight into the Self. Self-reflection is the gateway to self-awareness, a quiet yet profound process of turning inward to understand the depths of our own minds and hearts. It is the act of observing ourselves without judgment, allowing us to recognize patterns, motivations, and beliefs that shape our actions and reactions. Through self-reflection, we create a space for introspection, a sacred pause that enables us to see ourselves with clarity and honesty. This practice is not about self-criticism or self-judgment but about seeing ourselves as we are, with compassion and curiosity, so we can make conscious choices about who we wish to become. In the stillness of self-reflection, we uncover the beliefs that drive us, those hidden convictions that often go unquestioned yet profoundly influence our lives. Beliefs are the unseen architects of our reality, shaping how we interpret experiences, how we respond to challenges, and how we perceive ourselves. Many of these beliefs are inherited, shaped by our culture, upbringing, or past experiences. Through self-reflection, we bring these beliefs into the light, examining whether they serve our highest potential or limit us. By questioning and, if necessary, reshaping these beliefs, we align our inner world with our deepest values and aspirations. Self-reflection also invites us to observe our emotional landscape with sensitivity and understanding. Emotions are powerful messengers, revealing where we are out of alignment or in need of healing. When we pause to reflect on our emotions, rather than being swept away by them, we gain insight into their origins and messages. We come to understand that emotions are not obstacles to be overcome but pathways to greater self-awareness. In acknowledging our emotions, we allow them to inform and guide us, leading us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our inner workings. This awareness enables us to navigate our emotional world with greater ease, fostering a balanced and compassionate relationship with ourselves. Another vital aspect of self-reflection is recognizing the patterns in our thoughts, behaviors, and relationships. Patterns are recurring themes that can either empower or limit us, depending on whether they align with our authentic self. By identifying these patterns, we gain the power to choose which ones we wish to reinforce and which ones we are ready to release. Self-reflection becomes a tool for transformation, a means of consciously directing our growth and development. As we recognize and understand our patterns, we break free from automatic responses and habitual behaviors, opening the door to greater freedom and self-expression. Through the practice of self-reflection, we cultivate a sense of inner presence, an ability to witness ourselves without becoming entangled in our thoughts or emotions. This presence is a gift, allowing us to respond to life with intentionality rather than reactivity. We become more aware of our choices, understanding that each decision shapes the person we are becoming. Self-reflection fosters a mindful approach to life, where each moment becomes an opportunity for growth and learning. As we deepen in self-awareness, we align with our true essence, finding a sense of purpose and meaning that is rooted in the depths of our being. In nurturing the habit of self-reflection, we commit to a life of continuous growth and self-discovery. We become explorers of our own inner world, seeking to understand the vastness of our potential and the beauty of our inner truth. Self-reflection is the doorway to wisdom, a practice that enriches our lives with insight, understanding, and compassion. Through this journey of self-awareness, we cultivate a deeper connection with ourselves and, ultimately, with the world around us. Chapter 11. The Role of Balance in Personal Empowerment. Balance is often thought of as a delicate act, a tightrope walk across the spectrum of life's experiences and emotions. Yet, true balance goes beyond merely maintaining equilibrium. It is a state of dynamic harmony that empowers us, a dance between action and rest, intensity and calm, striving and acceptance. When we achieve balance, we create a foundation of resilience and centeredness that allows us to engage with life from a place of grounded empowerment. It is not about avoiding the extremes but about embracing them, knowing when to lean into one side and when to draw back. In this state, we become fluid, adaptable, and capable of navigating life's challenges with grace and strength. To cultivate balance is to honor the wholeness of who we are. Each person contains multitudes, a complex interplay of mind, body, and spirit, each with its own needs, rhythms, and truths. The mind seeks clarity and understanding, the body yearns for movement and rest, and the spirit desires meaning and connection. When we allow each part of ourselves to have its voice, we create an inner alignment that fosters harmony. Balance is not about giving equal time to every aspect but about listening to the needs of each part and responding with presence and awareness. In doing so, we create an empowered foundation that supports our growth and well-being. Living in balance also means honoring the cycles of our lives and understanding that each phase has its purpose. Just as nature moves through seasons of growth, fruition, decline, and dormancy, we, too, experience cycles of energy, focus, and rest. When we resist these natural rhythms, we often find ourselves in states of exhaustion or disconnection. However, when we align with these cycles, we flow more effortlessly, allowing ourselves to rest when needed and to act when inspired. This cyclical understanding of balance gives us permission to adapt and transform with the seasons of our lives, empowering us to live in harmony with our own nature rather than constantly pushing against it. Balance in relationships is equally vital for personal empowerment. The relationships we cultivate with others are mirrors reflecting our own inner balance or lack thereof. When we come from a place of inner alignment, we engage with others authentically, giving and receiving without expectation or resentment. In balanced relationships, we maintain healthy boundaries, honoring both our own needs and those of the other person. We learn to communicate openly and to listen deeply, creating a space of mutual respect and understanding. These relationships become sources of strength and support, enhancing our empowerment rather than draining it. At its core, balance is an act of self-compassion, a commitment to honoring our own needs and limitations. It is a reminder that we are not machines but living beings, susceptible to ebb and flow, energy and fatigue. When we approach ourselves with compassion, we allow ourselves the space to rest without guilt, to grow without pressure, and to explore without fear. This compassionate approach to balance empowers us to move through life with an open heart and a resilient spirit, trusting that we have within us the wisdom to know what we need at any given moment. Through balance, we cultivate a foundation of strength, an empowered self that stands steady amidst the ever-changing currents of life. In living a balanced life, we find empowerment in presence, purpose, and peace. Balance becomes the guiding force that allows us to navigate our lives with clarity, resilience, and grace. It is a gift we give ourselves, a commitment to honoring our own wholeness and living in harmony with our own truth. Through balance, we access a wellspring of inner strength, an empowered foundation that carries us through both the trials and triumphs of our journey. As we near the conclusion, if you've been enjoying the audiobook, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Drop a comment below and share your biggest takeaway. Chapter 12. Practical Applications, Integrating Mind and Body for Lasting Change. The journey of inner transformation is not complete until we bring these insights into our daily lives, integrating them into the rhythm of our actions, choices, and ways of being. Knowledge alone, while powerful, remains dormant without application. The principles we've explored, balance, resilience, intentional thought, and self-reflection, gain strength only when they are woven into the fabric of our daily existence. The final step in this journey is to make these concepts practical, to embody them fully, so they become a natural expression of who we are. Through intentional practices, we ground these ideas, moving from understanding to transformation. Integrating mind and body begins with developing a routine that honors both, recognizing them as interconnected rather than separate entities. Morning practices can serve as powerful anchors, setting a tone of balance and awareness for the day. Simple rituals such as mindful breathing, gentle movement, or a few moments of meditation can cultivate a centered state of being. By starting each day with clarity, we create a foundation upon which we can build. This practice is not about control but about creating a harmonious space where thoughts and feelings can settle, allowing our inner guidance to come forward. These moments of presence are like touchstones, reminders of the inner balance we are working to cultivate. Another essential practice is the cultivation of intentional thought. Our minds are powerful tools, capable of creating both harmony and chaos depending on how we direct our thoughts. A simple practice to align thought with intention is to choose a guiding phrase or affirmation each day that reflects our inner goals. This could be something as simple as, "Today, I am grounded and present," or, "I move through challenges with resilience." By returning to this thought throughout the day, we anchor ourselves in intentionality, gently training the mind to support our path of growth. Intentional thought, when practiced consistently, begins to reshape our inner landscape, creating a mental environment that supports empowerment and resilience. In addition to these mental practices, it's vital to include activities that engage the body in a way that aligns with our inner journey. Movement is a powerful way to release stored tension, improve mental clarity, and deepen the connection between mind and body. This could be a formal exercise routine, but it could also be as simple as a daily walk in nature, conscious breathing exercises, or gentle stretches. The goal is not to push the body to its limits but to find forms of movement that feel supportive and restorative. When we move with awareness, we invite the body into the practice of balance, creating a sense of physical well-being that complements our mental and emotional growth. Self-reflection remains one of the most transformative practices, providing a way to continually refine and deepen our understanding of ourselves. A weekly practice of journaling can help in examining our progress, celebrating our growth, and identifying areas where we may feel resistance or imbalance. Reflection allows us to observe patterns and recognize where we may be holding on to limiting beliefs or habitual reactions. It's an opportunity to check in with our intentions, adjusting them as needed to stay aligned with our true self. This process of self-reflection is not about judging ourselves but about cultivating a compassionate awareness that empowers us to make conscious choices. Finally, to sustain these practices over time, we must cultivate a sense of patience and acceptance. Transformation is not an event but a process, one that unfolds gradually and often subtly. There will be times when we feel progress and moments when we feel stagnant. The key is to trust the journey, allowing each practice to root itself deeply within us without rushing or forcing results. True change happens when we create an environment of acceptance, honoring our journey without pressure. Through patience, we create space for growth, allowing the seeds of these practices to flourish in their own time, leading us toward a state of balance, clarity, and empowered living. By committing to these practical applications, we bring the principles we've learned into tangible expression, embodying the wisdom of inner transformation. As we integrate mind and body, we become aligned, resilient, and fully present, ready to embrace the journey of life with a centered, empowered spirit. Before you go, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're stuck, no matter how hard you try? Like you're just repeating the same cycles, waiting for something to click? You're not alone. I know how that feels. Here's the thing. The change you're searching for doesn't come from trying harder. It comes from knowing where to start and building a system that works for you. That's exactly why I created Project 24, a 24-week guide to help you design the life you deserve. Imagine waking up every day with clarity, confidence, and the discipline to turn your dreams into reality. If that sounds like the kind of transformation you're ready for, the link is in the description. This could be the first step toward lasting change. Are you ready to take it?